Okay, I'm going to continue on with part 2 of the video. So I've made a couple of pages. Now I'm going to make another page just to kind of get some pages on my sidebar. So I'll make another seminar. So we'll go back up to new page. And let's call this seminar History of Hunting, for example. I still want to call this one a web page, and I still want to call this a the same kind of level page as the other two. So I'm going to keep that just like I did before, and then I have that. So again, you can see I got a bunch of pages kind of coming up here. So let's say I want to insert a Google Doc. So maybe there's a planning thing that you've been working on with your students via a Google Doc. Now the cool thing is I could insert that doc right into here. So for example, if I go where I want it and hit insert and I go to document, what it's going to do is these are all my Google Docs with this email. So I could choose any of them. So for example, I could also do docs, I could do presentations, spreadsheets. So here's a spreadsheet that I had with a bunch of students. I could select that, so I hit select, and this allows you to kind of set the height and width, which I tend not to worry about, so I'm just going to hit save. And now what you're going to notice, it looks like it kind of messed up. I'm going to center this, because until I hit save it won't show up, so it's going to come like it's going to say Google spreadsheet. I'm just going to hit save, and there it is. That is my Google page that automatically was inserted. Now here's the really cool thing. So if I am working with a Google Doc with my students, that over time it changes on the website that's inserted into their website here, it will automatically change with it. I won't have to go back and do anything because it's hooked up with all their other Google stuff. So this is kind of cool. So I'm going to keep that just like that, and yeah. Now let's say I want to make a sub page to this History of Hunting page. So I want a page that would link off of it. So what I would do is I'm going to create a new page again, and this time I want a sub page. So let's see, History of Hunting. How about we'll classify this one into archery. We'll do different types of hunting, or I should say bow hunting. Now maybe, so let's keep that as a web page as well. Now this time though, instead of making it the top level, I'm going to put this under the History of Hunting, and I'll hit create. And so again, it made my page, but you can notice that this bow hunting is actually kind of a sub page of the History of Hunting. So I don't really know anything about bow hunting myself, so I'm going to say I'm going to link it to a website. So maybe I have a website that I want to make a link. So for example, History of Bow Hunting website. Now whenever you want to make a link, you always want to write the words first. So I do that, and then what I would do is I like to outline it, and if I go into insert and hit link, I can create a link. Now you can create an internal or an external link. So the default is saying that I'm just going to link to other pages in my web page, which I could do, but if I want to go to a web address, I click on web address, and then I'd have to do the actual website for History of Hunting. Now I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna not necessarily use good research strategies. History of bow hunting. Here's the history of archery, and there's a website. I don't know if it's any good, but for the sake of this I could copy it and I could paste it right in there. And I like to do this. I like to open my links in the new window, because if you don't, then you have to keep going back and forth. and hit OK. And again, there's the website, but that's not going to show up. All that's going to show up is what you wrote. Then I hit save, and there you go. Now, if you wanted to try it, I'm going to click that off. History of bow hunting. It should open up that website just to try it there. So that's how you would insert a link. Maybe I also want to link back to the Who Am I page or the student biography page, because maybe there's a cool picture of a bow hunting that they want to do. So I can go back and I can re-edit this page, and I could say, I'll just literally say back to biography. And what you would do, again, is highlight it, go to Insert, Link. This one I'm going to keep internal. We'll go to the student biography page. And this one I don't want to open in a new window, so I'll just hit OK. And then don't forget to save. And if I go back to the biography page, it's going to take me back to that first page. So you can see as we go, we're creating a little bit more complexity in the site. I do want to create a couple more pages. Let's say, for example, I want to create a something where I keep track of the weather. So let's say I'm going to create a new page, and we'll call that we'll call it daily weather page. Okay, and I'm going to keep it as a web page, and I'm going to hit create. So what I could do here is I could insert some other things. Okay, so for example, there are all kinds of what we call gadgets that Google has. So if I click on more gadgets, they give me my Google Calendar, which I could insert, all kinds of Google News. I could scroll down, Google Moderator, YouTube itself, PayPal, all of these types of things, or Twitter. So maybe instead of calling this weather, so go public gadgets. Oh, there's a weather gadget right there. So I'll click on that and hit select. Okay. And again, remember, it's not messing up if it looks like that. Just hit save, and it's going to enter your weather gadget. And if you don't like it, you can go back and you can edit how it looks. You could, like so, you could hit the properties, you could make it bigger, kind of a hit OK. I just made it a little bit different. I don't really like how it looks, but I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and it's there. So again, it doesn't look good right now, but that's something you could take time with and kind of get how you want. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you want a page where it could be a homework page or an announcement page. So I'm going to create a new page. And, oops, I went and edited. I want to create a new one. Create a new page. And this page I'm going to call Daily Reminders. Now, instead of calling this a web page, I want to call this an announcement page. And I'm going to make this a top level. I don't want to make it a sub page. And I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And the daily reminders. So now, what you can see here is this is a page that allows you to post things. So I want to post, we'll call this reminder 1. Don't forget to buy your wife some flowers. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, there's also I could add a file down here. I'm going to hit save. Okay. Now, let's see if Alright. I'm going to kind of go off of this page and then go back to daily reminders. And then I could hit a new post. So this is just kind of a daily post. So we'll call this post 2. Drink more milk today. Whatever. So you could hit save it. Okay, now the cool thing is, let's say I go back to my first page, my student biography page. If I want, instead of having this daily reminders, what I could on my student biography page, I could actually have this daily reminders show up on my landing page, my student biography page. So if I go to edit, all I'm going to do is next to my picture, and maybe I'll even do it, yeah, next to my picture, or before my picture, we'll say. I can insert, and I can insert what I'd want to do is recent posts. So recent posts, when I go here, what I'm really doing is kind of linking to the announcement page or any announcement page I made. So if I click on that, I like to myself, again, the only announcement page I have I call daily reminders. I'm going to include the full post, and then you can also, I don't have many, so I'll just keep it as it is and hit save. Now what will happen once I save is that here my daily announcements, which I made for daily reminders, are just coming up here. So this could be used in a variety of ways. If this was a teacher page, this could be like my homework, so that right away it would come up as a homework tab. So I'm going to take another break here, and then I'll come back and kind of show you how to organize your sidebar, make it look a little bit prettier here. Okay.